Did you get changed? Eat your breakfast. Brush your teeth. Brush, brush, brush. Put your clothes on. Did you pack your bag? Put your socks on. Put your shoes on. Hopefully Reddit will have some answers. 6 is one of the most difficult ages. What? I have a 5-year-old. I thought the difficult part was over. Hi all, I have a problem with children 5 and 9 years old. They don't listen to me or my wife at all, don't go to bed, laugh very loud or scream, annoy us every possible way when we ask them not to do something or stop doing it. The only way for us to make them stop doing something for a short period of time is to scream at them, but it's obviously not a good solution. Another could be to have their TV time taken away from them, but it will make our life unbearable. But also, I don't like to act from the position of power. They are nice and smart kids and very careful. They just seem to completely miss that sometimes what they do is very hard for us to go by. It's not like our kids are horrible children. It's just sometimes they don't listen, and then I feel like you get into this cycle that it stops working, and I feel like it goes in phases. Someone says, I found a countdown timer works sometimes. Also a point system where they can earn and lose points. I do countdown with my kids. My 5-year-old responds really well with countdowns, but my 3-year-old doesn't work at all. I'm like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 as I'm going down, and I get closer to 1. I'm like, oh my god, what am I gonna do after 1? Research has consistently shown that authoritative parenting produces optimal outcomes. Authoritative parents, sorry if I'm saying that weird. Parents have high warmth and high control. They let their kids know what is expected of them and why, but also have control over their behavior. They listen to their kids, but still expect the kids to follow through with good behavior and apply disciplinary measures when necessary. You don't want to be authoritarian. That is high control, low warmth. It sounds like in your aim to not be authoritarian, you are bordering on permissive, high warmth, low control. Whether you like it or not, you are in a position of power. You need to learn how to give firm consequences in a calm voice and then follow through. Ask them once to do something. If they don't, tell them once that they need to do it, and tell them the consequence if they don't. Then, if they don't, give them the consequence. It sounds like your kids have learned that you don't really mean it unless you're screaming, so it will take a while to sink in that you're serious. But keep it up and eventually they'll start listening. Someone says, I'm sorry to inform you that you have perfectly normal, healthy children. Most of parenting had nothing to do with actually handling the children, but personal growth. There's a lot of opportunity here for you both to practice patience and understanding. The problematic behaviors are actually you and your wife. Oh. They're simply reflecting your behavior back at you and you don't like it at all. I strongly suggest looking at parenting classes or parenting counseling. You'll be able to learn effective teaching techniques and ways for calming yourself down and not be such a bad example. Wow. These comments seem quite harsh. Another thread. How do you handle a kid not listening? I've lost my temper twice now. I've taken to the approach of allowing natural consequences to take their course. If my kiddo is eating, as long as I have allowed plenty of time for them to eat before we have to leave, if they choose not to eat, then they will have to face that consequence, and my role as the parents to teach them how this consequence can be avoided in the future, eating before we leave. One thing we are going through with my son now is when it's time to get ready for bed, he will stall or take an excessive amount of time to do each task. Go to the bathroom, put on pajamas, brush teeth. We have a good night routine that consists of hugs and kisses. Tuck in, then what we call bops, where I gently bounce him saying something silly like pumpkin goes bop, and he will say, that's not pumpkin. And I will say, oh, I'm sorry, I meant daddy. And then repeat the process with his little brother, giving him a bop. Cute. However, if he drags his feet getting ready for bed and we run out of time to go bop, Then we don't, and I remind him that if he would like bops tomorrow, then we need to get ready for bed quicker. I am going to take notes on these, and then at the end, I'm gonna go over the things that I will try with my kids and keep in mind. Our 6-year-old daughter has become particularly disobedient lately. By this, I mean when we ask her to stop doing something like jumping on sofa, she won't stop until we get upset. Or if she doesn't get her way, she gets upset, regularly with me, her dad. My main point is that it's increased significantly recently, and I'm looking for any opinions or advice on how best to parent her. Thanks. Someone replies, it sounds like you're in a tough spot. Defiance in kids this age can be incredibly frustrating, especially when it feels like it's escalating. Anyone else have flashbacks to those rebellious teenage years, but with someone knee-high? Here are a few possible reasons to explore. Are there any big changes going on in her life? New routines at school, a sibling on the way, moving house? Sometimes big emotions manifest as defiance because kids don't have the language to process them. Could she be testing boundaries? Kids this age start pushing to see what they can get away with. Consistent responses on your part matter now more than ever, though it might feel like arguing with a tiny, adorable lawyer. Is she overtired or having blood sugar dips? It's amazing how much cranky behavior can be traced back to hunger or needing a nap. Honestly, that applies to some adults I know too. I'll recommend a few strategies. Before addressing the behavior, can you spend some focused playtime? Laughter and one-on-one attention can sometimes de-escalate situations later. Consistency. Instead of just stop jumping, try when you feel like jumping, then it's time to go outside where it's safe to jump. This gives her a positive alternative. If she knows the rules and you're giving her a chance to correct her behavior, a consequence needs to follow even if she gets upset. It's about teaching her cause and effect. It might help to point out moments when she is listening. Thank you for putting your toys away so nicely. Positive reinforcement goes a long way. Positive reinforcement. I like that. Reset your expectations and internally chant, this is normal, this is normal, as your child is misbehaving and you are redirecting and holding the line. I'll never forget when my 6-year-old at the time walked in the house, threw himself on the floor and started kicking, screaming in a full-blown TV show tantrum. I started laughing. It was so ridiculous. Then I walked away. He followed me and told me, you're supposed to give me what I want when I do that. Something that has worked. Instead of being like, that's enough, go to your room, now! Instead of that, you say, okay, now please go to your room. And they'll be like, yeah, no. But you just stay calm. Go to your room, please. Help them if you need to. Okay. And then you let them cool. It's definitely hard when you have multiple kids as well, because you can't just focus on that one kid, and one-on-one time is for sure important, but it's hard to find that time every single day. So there are so many factors that go into this, and we just gotta get through it as best as we can. Calm vibes. Actually, my husband is really good at this. He's like, it's very clear. And if they don't do something that he asks, he follows through and is really consistent with that. So they do listen to him a lot. And I'm not as good. So, I mean, I wish it's so much easier said than done. Like in the moment, it's really overwhelming sometimes, but I guess you just have to keep trying. My son is 3.5 years old and my husband and I cannot get him to listen to us. He will just continue to do whatever behavior we're asking him not to do. If you ask him, what did I just ask you? He just says, yeah. Example, I cannot get him to stop making raspberries in people's faces. No one wants a toddler spitting in their face. I've taken him out of the conversation and away from people when he does this. I've told him no one wants to be spat on. I've tried taking away privileges. I've straight up ignored him. Nothing has worked. Also, I find this noise super annoying and he uses it every wheeled vehicle in the house, which are the only toys he really plays with. But it's about everything. We ask him to do this or that. It's like he doesn't even hear us. Even if we're on his level and he's standing right in front of us. Anyone have any ideas? I'm at my wit's end with this. Mine is the same way. I'll say her name like 12 times and she straight up ignores me. I'll ask her to repeat what I just said and she just says, I don't know, or shrugs. I call her a brick because it's like talking to a brick wall with her. It's normal. My 5-year-old went through it when she was 3. We call it the 3-nagers. Sassy, back-talking, ignoring, getting in people's faces. All things 3-year-olds do. I tried to give her more positive attention to sway her away from doing wrong things for attention. She also just had a baby brother and is acting out because of that as well. Yay. Be patient. I know it's hard, but it's just a phase and your little boy will be back to himself in a little bit. Try to find a discipline that works. We make her do workouts when she doesn't listen. Barbaric, I know, but it works for her. After a few jumping jacks, she's ready to listen. It's all trial and error. I hope you find something. I've never actually thought about that jumping jacks. That's really good. I might use that actually. Sometimes my son is really like energetic and he just can't stop. He's in his own world and just really pumped and he doesn't know how to regulate yet. So I feel like jumping jacks would help with that, letting go of that energy, but also its control after it'll just like release. And yeah, I feel like that might actually work. Jumping jacks. Okay. I have no advice for you because I'm going through the exact same thing with my 3-year-old, and today's been particularly tough. I feel your pain and frustration. It's maddening. At least we know we're not alone. LOL. Yes. We're all in this together. Really sorry sounds super frustrating. I found our little one acts out most when he's hungry or tired. It's just horrible. I try the same thing you have, which is to take away privileges, and I recently learned that it doesn't work because 3.5s are not there developmentally. It's kind of like they can't think that far ahead. It sounds like they should, but they can't. It's a transitional phase. We don't hit our kids, so that's out of the question. Hitting and spanking leads to other problems, which you will have more of a nightmare to undo. Saying repeat to me what you heard me say also doesn't work. That's like an adult tactic for other adults. Lol. It doesn't work on these little guys. So lots of things don't work, but that's like trying to use something other than a key to unlock your front door. There are going to be a lot of items that aren't a key and don't work. A piece of bread, a banana, a toy truck, etc. Lots of no's. So what does work? In our case, it's literally having to explain things in great detail, being calm and loving, making sure that he understands the difference being a bad kid and being a good kid who is doing something bad. I recently read that being calm and gentle will lead to a better result. Being abrupt, loud, and demanding almost never leads to the result we want. If it ever does, it's an accident. It's so much easier to yell at a kid, but it almost never gets the job done. I've learned to distract and not reward bad behavior. My kids are not bad people. They have beautiful manners, excellent sharers, and show genuine caring when someone gets hurt, but they do not listen to me or their father at all. I have Irish twins, 3 female, 2 male, and while my 3 female does listen slightly better than her brother, she also is very combative. Nothing seems to work, and I'm at a loss. I blame myself largely. My husband, their father, is gone. 12 to 16-hour days at work. He also works overnight, so it is primarily me alone with my children. That is so tough because even at night, you don't get a break. Sometimes they just wake up screaming in the middle of the night. And then they're all happy and positive and bright awake at 6 a.m. My children do not understand that they cannot hit. They do not understand that they can't push their way through people. They don't understand to come when called. They do not understand they can't run off in public places. This is just a short list. I'm writing this because I'm at a loss. I failed as a mother in so many ways, and my husband thinks our children are the spawn of hell since he is never home to see them when they are behaving. What do I do? I've asked for advice from my mom and my mom-in-law to no avail. I've already implemented the recommendations. I've mentioned these issues to the pediatrician and even my daughter's study team, and no one has any helpful advice I haven't already tried. Please, 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 if you have ever been in my shoes, please tell me how you fixed everything. I have to go back to work in less than 2 weeks, and I'm completely defeated and unsure of what to expect for my children in the future if this continues. I can really feel this mom is struggling, and I feel for her big time. Someone replies, unfortunately, pretty normal at 2 and 3 absolutely does not mean you are a failure. It's hard because, yes, this toddler age is known to be difficult, right? Like the terrible 2s and 3-nagers. But then you also have people saying online, this worked and this worked and this worked, and it does get quite overwhelming sometimes. But I guess you just have to take a step back and decide on which approach you want to take and commit to that. Someone once told me, you can't control how someone acts. You can only control the way you react. I love that. I'm gonna make a phone wallpaper of that. Whenever I see my phone, it can remind me about it. If you guys want that too, I'll link it in the description box below. Anyway, there's a lot more I could go through, but I think that's it for today. Let's see the points that stood out. Natural consequences. Consistency with... Can't read my handwriting. Oh, consequences and boundaries. One-on-one time and positive reinforcement. Patience. And last but not least, jumping jacks, which I think I will try tonight. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. I hope if you are dealing with all of this, you will get through it. Let's keep going. You're not alone. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye. It's gonna take a while. We wanna make it last.